Most people don't feel financially reckless. They don't feel irresponsible. They don't feel out of control. They feel careful. They feel stable. They feel like they're doing the right things. Bills are paid. Spending is monitored. Savings exist. There's no crisis. And that feeling is exactly where the problem begins. Financial danger rarely looks dramatic. It rarely starts with panic. It rarely announces itself loudly. Instead, it blends into normal life. It hides inside routine. It grows during calm periods. And it survives because nothing feels urgent. When life feels manageable, questioning slows down. Decisions stop being examined. Habits become permanent. And small weaknesses begin to expand quietly. Not overnight, but consistently. Stability can create the illusion of safety. When income feels predictable, risk feels distant. When expenses are controlled, progress feels assumed. But predictability is not protection, and control is not momentum. Many people confuse the absence of stress with the presence of progress. They believe that because nothing is breaking, everything must be working. But nothing breaking does not mean something is building. It just means nothing has been tested yet. There is another layer to the solution: effort. Most people are trying. They work hard. They budget carefully. They repeat disciplined behaviors. They stay consistent. And consistency feels powerful. It feels responsible. It feels mature. But repetition without review is not strategy. It's just repetition, and repetition can quietly lock a person into the same outcome year after year. Being busy with money decisions does not guarantee financial movement. Activity is not direction. Effort is not design. You can push hard in the wrong direction and still feel exhausted. And exhaustion can look like commitment. But exhaustion without progress is just friction. Then comes the most dangerous phase: comfort. Comfort feels earned. It feels like proof that things are under control. When there is no urgency, there is no pressure to rethink, no pressure to reassess, no pressure to adjust. Comfort removes doubt, and doubt is often the beginning of improvement. Without doubt, decisions become permanent. Without questioning, habits stay untouched. Without friction, risk grows quietly, not loudly, quietly. This is why financial stress often feels sudden. People say, everything was fine, but everything wasn't fine. It was simply calm. Pressure had been building in the background. Time had been passing. Opportunities had been missed. Small inefficiencies had compounded. But none of it felt dramatic, so none of it felt urgent. Until one day it did, and by then the adjustment required feels much larger. The truth is uncomfortable. Financial instability rarely begins with irresponsibility. It begins with normalcy, with responsible behavior that isn't examined, with effort that isn't redirected, with stability that isn't tested, with comfort that isn't questioned. And the most dangerous part? It feels safe. It feels intelligent. It feels mature, which is why it lasts. Most people don't ignore money. They just don't challenge it. They don't pause long enough to ask whether repetition is producing change. They don't step back far enough to see whether consistency is creating growth. They don't measure movement. They measure activity. And activity is easier to maintain. Growth requires discomfort. Growth requires doubt. Growth requires interruption. And interruption rarely feels safe. Financial danger doesn't look reckless. It looks routine. It looks stable. It looks calm. And that's why it survives. Not because people are careless, but because they feel secure. The absence of urgency is not the presence of safety. And financial comfort is not the same thing as financial strength. It just feels like it.